Hey everybody, and welcome to Pit Stop Perspectives. On this episode, we're going to be breaking down the weekend's race at COTA.
Everybody likes a winner, right?
Three wide finish.
That was old school ass whipping.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
I thought this year's race at COTA was absolutely fantastic. We didn't see one car pull away from the field, but rather we saw racing up front all day. One of my favorite moves they made actually happened before the race, and that was moving back the restart zone. NASCAR at COTA has become known for the chaotic restarts going into turn 1. However, moving back the restart zone really seemed to help with this, and we didn't see the chaos that we've become used to. Not long after the start of the race, it became obvious that the 24, the 54, and the 1 were going to be the cars to watch today. And although that was true, the 24 dominated the entire race. One decision that was made by NASCAR that was controversial was bringing back the stage cautions. Because of this, we saw drivers having to forfeit stage points in order to be there for the win at the end. Although the 24 dominated stage 1, he and the 54 pit on lap 14 in order to set themselves up better for the end of the race. Because of that, the 20 of Christopher Bell came away with the stage 1 win. Stage 2 is very similar to stage 1. Once William Byron got to the front, he jumped out to a 4-second lead quick. The 24 pit again on lap 29 right before the end of the stage, which gave Denny Hamlin the stage win. At the start of stage 3, the 24 inherited the lead after stage break pit cycles. However, because of a bad entry into turn 1, he gave up the lead to Ross Chastain early in the stage. The 24 fell back to third position, with Ty Gibbs taking second place. Chastain looked dominant for a time while leading. However, once Byron got back in second, the 24 was able to pass the 1, and from that point, it was over. At this point in the race, the 1 looked like it was the only car who could compete with the 24. However, on the last stop of the day, Ross Chastain's pit crew got him out 3 seconds slower than William Byron's. Because of that, William Byron cycled to 13th, and Ross Chastain cycled to 18th. With 17 laps to go, William Byron regained the lead. And at this point, it didn't look like anybody was going to be able to compete with him. However, with 7 to go, it was obvious that the 20 of Christopher Bell was charging and gaining on the 24 quickly. And although he was able to cut the 24's lead to less than 1 second, the 24 came out on top. Obviously, this is the 24 team's second win of the season. They're looking dominant here early in the season just like they did last year. In my opinion, William Byron has already established himself as a championship favorite. He's been extremely competitive on every type of track we go to. At this point, it really looks like he doesn't have a weakness. I think that William Byron can have the ability this year to have a dominant year like Kyle Larson in 2021. That being said, the Toyotas have really been looking good these past few weeks as well, and today was no different. The Toyotas and the Chevys performed great today. However, the Fords didn't seem to show up. After the race, we saw the 8 of Kyle Busch confronting the 20 of Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch had made contact entering turn 1. However, I really don't think this was Christopher Bell's fault. Looking back at it, Kyle Busch entered the turn extremely wide, and Christopher Bell filled the gap like we would expect any driver to do. I really hope that Kyle Busch looks back at the footage and sees that he made a mistake. However, if not, it could make for an interesting story between the former teammates as the season goes on. I really enjoyed the racing we saw today. There were very few moments in the race that felt boring. Although the 24 did dominate, it never felt like he had it absolutely locked like some road courses tend to. The biggest sustained lead we saw throughout the day was about 4 seconds, and really that didn't last that long. I don't know what NASCAR executive sold his soul to the devil for this season, but the fans are benefiting from it. We've seen some great racing early here in the season. I was worried about Bristol because of the way the short pack track has just been performing, and that was an amazing race. I was worried about COTA because it's normally chaotic, but we had an awesome race. I'm really looking forward to seeing what NASCAR can put together for the rest of the season. I hope we can keep up this momentum. One other thing that I think has been interesting this season is we've seen more and more celebrities at the track. Whether it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at the Daytona 500 or Giancarlo Esposito today at COTA, it's been nice to see celebrities back at the track. I really feel like we're seeing a resurgence of NASCAR. I don't know if we'll ever get back to the way it was in the 90s and early 2000s. However, things are getting a lot better. And I really think that NASCAR has been doing a great job. Some of it feels like they're falling into it, but I'll take it. As long as we're getting good racing and the sport is healthy, I'm not going to complain. What did you think of this week's race at COTA? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make like Christopher and hit that bell so you can get notified on all of our latest NASCAR content. I appreciate you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.